Welcome back to Lotus on Track and welcome to the Silverstone Grand Prix circuit where we've got this Lotus on Track Elise trophy race for the production cars well underway. It's Ken Savage just leading it from Stuart Rowland. The number 3 car you can see there, that's Steve Quick. He was on pole position but he's been shuffled down to 5th in the early stages as they accelerate onto the Wellington Straight. It's the black car of Simon Deacon that he is trying to chase down, but in turn he is being caught by the silver machine of Emma Selway. Here are the leading trio. It's Savage in the first yellow cars, then Stuart Rowland, then Luigi Mazza in the second yellow machines, and it's Mazza who's making the move into Brooklands for second place. He goes alongside Stuart Rowland. They almost make contact. They could pretty much swap door handles then, but Mazza then around the outside into Luffield makes the move stick. So Luigi Mazza gains that second position from Stuart Rowland. It's Ken Savage with the advantage as they turn through Woodcote. We go in car with Stuart Rowland. Some fantastic graphics here as well, seeing just how quickly these Lotus Elises make their way around the Silverstone Grand Prix circuit. Good battles throughout the order. That is Chris Dunster, who is challenging and working his way up following a slightly disappointing qualifying session. As back to head of the field, we have got Ken Savage coming under sustained pressure from Mazza, and Mazza is challenging into Beckett's. Well, nobody does that except for Lewis Hamilton, but Luigi Mazza going for a move around the outside didn't quite work because Ken Savage claimed the racing line as this enormous queue of Lotuses. There's Nigel Ayres, he has got Paul Baker on his tail in the midfield as back to the head of the race, and it's still Ken Savage with a very feisty looking Mazza trying to do something about claiming the lead away from Ken Savage as they exit club. And Mazza's got a very good run here as they sprint towards Abbey, and Mazza, look at the rear of the car slide, he's absolutely on the limit. This is a very quick part of the circuit because the Abbey curve, the right hand they're arriving at, is taken pretty much out. Stuart Rhodes got the best view as Savage turns across Mazza, and Mazza gets a huge slide on, but Ken Savage claims the lead because Mazza had the racing line, but Ken Savage just moved across, and Luigi Mazza did well hold onto it with under braking to Village, and Rowland is now challenging Mazza for second position. Wherever you look, there's dicing going on. So through the loop, and it's still Ken Savage in the lead of the race from Luigi Mazza, then Stuart Rowland, and then it's Simon Deacon who continues in 4th position. Here is that superb midfield battle as Chris Dunster right on the tail of Nigel Ayres is going to pick his way through. I think he is. Nigel leaves, well, not quite a car's gap, but Dunster just about squeezing through, or does he? Because Nigel Ayres carries the momentum on the exit as Mazza challenges for lead into Brooklands, and Mazza's got the inside. He makes contact with Ken Savage, and Savage holds on just, but will Mazza be able to claim the line through? Luffield will know he won't because Ken Savage puts 2 wheels on the grass, says that corner is mine, I'm staying in the lead, and that's exactly what he does. So it's still Ken Savage in the lead of the race. Stuart Rowland having a superb view of this dice. He's got a little bit of breathing space behind him as we have a replay of a rotation in the midfield, and well done to all the drivers managing to avoid the car that had turned around as we've got further action a little bit lower down the pack. Wherever you look, there's dicing. That's Simon Jones, who was just being assaulted from behind by Andrew Kell, but they all safely make it through. So those cars heading on towards Abbey as our race leader Ken Savage has still got now a queue of 5 cars in his tail because Emma Selway and Steve Quick have brought themselves back into the mix, and Quick launches himself the inside of Emma Selway and claims 4th position. Not sure that Emma really saw that one coming. Steve Quick just said, that will do me. So Emma Selway, we ride in car with her along Wellington Straight. She settles into the slipstream behind Steve Quick as Luigi Mazza looks to challenge Ken Savage once more, and Mazza goes very tight to the inside to Brooklands, and Ken Savage doesn't give him racing room, not really. Mazza's pushed onto the curbs. There's going to be contact, surely. Yes, there is, and Savage goes around. Stuart Rowland takes lead. Emma Selway takes avoiding action, so it's Rowland into lead. Steve Quick jumps up into 2nd position. Mazza goes 3rd, and Ken Savage, unfortunately, goes to the back of the pack. Got a replay from elsewhere on the circuit. That's Copse Corner, that's Tanya Mann, who has a bit of a rotation, but will get back into the race without too many problems. So we've now got a leading trio of Steve Quick, Stuart Rowland and Emma Selway. There is Dan Plant, who's coming up the order very nicely as Quick has got Rowland right on his tail with Emma Selway in the silver car just watching from afar. So Steve Quick, he started in pole position, he got shuffled down the order, and now after this 3 race he's back in the lead, or is he? Because Stuart Rowland up the inside into Beckett's. What a brave manoeuvre as he draws alongside, but I think that Steve Quick's going to have the advantage through Chapel Curve. But Emma Selway, who wasn't dicing with either of them, has now got the most speed as they come onto the Hanger Straight. As Rowland goes very defensive, so does Steve Quick. Emma Selway just moves, and she moves to the outside of the circuit. She's going to take the conventional racing line, whereas Steve Quick and Stuart Rowland are going to have to go very defensive. In fact, Selway slightly balked because Stuart Rowland just had to jump on the anchors as they turned through Stoke. This is Matt Bartlett in the number 13 car, who's having a great battle with Craig Denman in the bright orange 92 machine. It's Bartlett at the moment who's just got the honours, although Craig Denman has got a very good run on the exit of Chapel Curve as we're into the Wellington Straight for the final time. So we've just got a couple of corners to go, one of which is Brooklands, and Steve Quick taking a very rigid defensive line on Stuart Rowan. Says nothing Rowan could do around the outside through Brooklands, so it's just Luffield and Woodcote to go, and Steve Quick again goes very defensive, so they fan out behind, and Emma Selway now looking to challenge the inside of Stuart Rowan, who in turn is trying to challenge the inside of Steve Quick. It's going to be a drag race, the checker flag. It's been an absolutely brilliant race, this one, from Lotus on Track Elise Trophy, but Steve Quick is going to claim the win. He's won a couple of the consolation races for. This is his first outright round win, and Steve Quick takes a superb win after a stunning drive and a thrilling race. Stuart Rowland takes second, and Emma Selway home in third position. That is classification with Dan Plant up into fourth position. John Lemaster in fifth. Luigi Mazza, following his adventures, comes home in sixth position with Stuart Kirkbride in seventh. Adam Busey in eighth place. The Formula 2 podium home to three delighted drivers and a very warm round of applause.
That was amazing. How are you feeling?
Tired, hot. It's a good race. Very tight, very close, very fair.
It was indeed. It looked like it was hard and it was a bit of a struggle at first.
It was. Not much point being on pole if you go around the first corner at about sixth position.
A cracking race, fighting up front with Ken and Luigi for the first few laps, and I think they took each other out at Luffield, so it was great to lead, and I thought I had it in the bag actually, but Steve just nipped me on the penultimate or last lap.
Emma, congratulations, doing it for the girls. How do you feel?
Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, it was a great race, really good fun. There's things happening constantly, so yeah, absolutely brilliant race.
Tell me a bit about your race.
A bit hectic at some points. I made a bit of a mistake, lost quite a lot of time, lost position due to it, but thankfully the guys ahead were squabbling still, so I managed to claw them back. I thought I might have a bit of a stab at second, but third for my first race in a Lotus. I'll settle for that for now.
Fighting talk for Emma Selway. We'll see how she goes in race two, but for now it's back to Amy.
What sparked the idea behind Go Green Motorsport?
Well, we were aware of the sort of villainous image that motorsport has in terms of CO2 and carbon emissions, and what we thought was it's a spectator sport, just like any other, and even someone going to the cinema, when they sit down in their seat, do they really consider the environmental impact of flying movie stars and film sets across the world? No, so we thought we really wanted to do something about it, and here we are with Go Green Motorsport.
So how does your car and the team actually fit in with the motorsport and the Go Green itself?
Well, starting with the car, I mean, we bought a second-hand car, which of course reduces the environmental impact of actually building a brand new one. We also chose Lotus, going with Colin Chapman's add lightness theory. We've got a light car, a small engine, so relatively speaking, it's actually quite environmentally friendly for a race car. Yeah.
They are beautiful cars.
I mean, and team-wise, they've become certified to the ISO 14001 standard. So they look at how they manage their waste, how they recycle and reduce energy input.
What about the plans for the future for Go Green?
Well, what we really want to do is engage with other teams and suppliers and sponsors, because what we realise is, as drivers ourselves, it's really difficult to get sponsorship in these sort of times. And one big problem with getting sponsorship is environmental impact. Sponsors, can they justify sponsoring a car that emits CO2? It looks bad for their customers and stakeholders. So we're going to try and rectify that by engaging with teams and suppliers to say, hey, you can do something about it, and it can save you money, and hopefully help you get those sponsors.
The first race was a cracker. Now that they've reversed the top 10 on the grid, will the next race be even better? Let's hope so.
Well, it's going to be hard to top race one, but with such a full field of cars for this second race of the day from Lotus on Track Elise Trophy, it could be anybody's race. With Adam Busey on pole position, Dan Plant alongside him, quick front row, John Lemaster and Emma Selway make up row two, with race one winner Steve Quick starting in ninth position. The revs begin to rise. Away we go. It's a good start from Busey in pole. Also well away is Dan Plant alongside him on the front row of the grid as they surge toward Copse for the first time. It's actually Emma Selway who's made the move up in second, but it's Busey who leads through Copse the first time. Well up as well from the start is Luigi Mazza. He's the first of the yellow cars you can see. So it's John Lemaster in the lime green machine who's been rather shuffled down the pack. Everybody cleanly through Copse, which is always good to see. So it's Busey from Selway, then Dan Plant, then Luigi Mazza, then pretty much everybody else. Chris Dunster moving around the outside of Stuart Rowland, and Ken Savage looking to make up for the disappointment in race one. closing in already on the tail of Stuart Rowland as they exit Beckett's, accelerate through Chapel Curve and onto Hanger Straight. In car with Emma Selway as she looks to close in on slipstream of the race leader Adam Busey. So Selway in second, trying to move to the inside where she's not finding much joy. And look at Luigi Mazza fanning out behind her. So it's Mazza to the outside, Selway to the inside, and Adam Busey being abused in the middle, because around the outside and into the race goes Luigi Mazza. So Mazza in the yellow car claims lead as Stuart Rowland runs very wide and around he goes. We're in car with Stuart Rowland. He goes off. It's Chris Dunster who's spun off as well. You can see just out of the windscreen as we head back to the head of the field, and Mazza did make that move stick over Busey, who leaps through over the curbs back in to lead the race at Vale. So it's Mazza who gets shoved out onto the curbs as this fantastic race kicks off. We are going to a break. Join us in a few moments' time for more Lotus on Track race action.